Challenges in that I'm an only child, so I am all boy, like baseball, football, sports, princesses and glitter and Barbies have been a bit of a challenge, a learning curve for me, but I think I'm getting there. Some of the ways that fatherhood's changed me, I think, overall, one, it's showed me what God's love for us is like. I don't know, as much as I love my wife, I don't know that I really grasped unconditional sacrificial love until I had kids to that level. So that's a big piece of it. The other part of it is really you kind of reprioritize your life a little bit. So for me, I was very career focused, career driven, not that I'm not now. But I also know that there's things that I'm not willing to sacrifice for the sake of advancement, and that's my personal time. So I need to make sure that I'm at events. Luckily, I have a great employer, so I'm really blessed in that arena. But I also know that there's certain positions, certain roles that I'm not really apt to take that require a lot of travel and a lot of time away from home. Yes, because I wanted to, like, even when I started at Deere, I wanted to be like the next Sam Allen, and that was like on my radar. And now, not saying that it's not or I can't be, but I just know that my focus has shifted a lot from me and necessarily what I want and what I desire, and knowing what that entails and the sacrifices that would make. And I don't know that I would be willing to make those same decisions now as a dad. So for me, the greatest moments and so I'm really fortunate because I have a 7-year-old and I have a 1-year-old, and so they're each figuring out life in different stages right now. But it's amazing to watch each of them do it. So I get the "Hi, Dada" stage, and I also get the "Hey, I'm figuring out math and I'm figuring out how to read," and it's joyous in me, especially my 7-year-old, to be able to watch her get that stuff, to watch that stuff click. Not because I'm needed less, but just because as a dad who certainly values independence, I see her kind of stemming that way and able to learn and grow and develop on her own. So the biggest thing is, I think we exist in a very social media heavy world where everybody sees the great stuff on Facebook and Instagram, and nobody tells you about, you either hear horror stories or you see the great stuff on social media. So for me, I didn't know that I was gonna, I would have never guessed I was gonna have a 7-year-old that wasn't gonna sleep very good each night, or that I never thought when I had 3 kids that if my wife was at a church function or a meeting late and I was going to be responsible for a bedtime for a 7-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 1-year-old, all who fall asleep differently and have different patterns. I guess it's embrace those moments though, because eventually they are all going to go to sleep and they're not going to want me to read them a book, and they're not going to want to lay with you, and they're not going to look forward to that like they do at this stage.